Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock and time for the Daily Word from St. John Methodist Church. I'm Pastor Ron Genaro, and I welcome you this afternoon. We have several announcements and a very brief devotional, but we want to remind you that we are back to two services on Sunday morning, 7:45 and 9:30 a.m. The 9:30 service will be live streamed. We had a problem with the live stream last Sunday, but we've got it worked out. We apologize for that. We did repost it, but we know that many of you missed the service. Faith and Fitness is every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. If you have any questions, please call Paula Penzine. This is a chair-oriented exercise to help folks. So if you have stability issues and you want to exercise, there's no cost to this. And you can invite friends to come and be a part of this as well. We have had people come to our exercise group and then start coming to church. And that warms my heart. That's just wonderful. We also want to let you know that on Thursdays on the Schumacher property from 3 to 4, we do a popsicle ministry as an outreach to our community and to the kids in the middle school that walk back and forth in front of there. Many of the parents in cars stop and get some too. The wake-up call. We are currently in a devotional cycle of one chapter a day of the Gospels, starting in Matthew, going to go all the way through to the end of John's Gospel. It's 89 days. I hope you're enjoying that, and you can pop in at any time to start it. You don't have to make it all up, but you can catch up. And the beauty of the Gospels is they're telling the same story from 4 different perspectives, 3 of which are very similar, but you'll get the gist of it. And wouldn't that be great and wonderful that by November 28th, which is the last day that the wake-up call will run for this cycle and this series, they will continue on in other ways, but you will hear the story of Jesus. So, Bible study every Tuesday. We just had one last week, but next week we're not meeting. Janine is having a procedure on Tuesday. Keep her in prayer, and I will be with her and caring for her. And so we're not going to be doing Bible study next Tuesday. Fellowship dinners. We have one tomorrow, September 19th at 5:30 in the Fellowship Hall, $5 per person. Please sign up in the narthex. I have no idea what they're serving yet, and I'm not sure what the program is, but it is a time of fellowship, and we encourage you to come and be a part of that. Friday Golf League. Every Friday in August and September, we do a golf league where we just pair people up at 7:45 at Sun and Lake Golf Course. If you're interested, please talk to me, and I'll put you together. It works out great. The fellowship breakfast will be next Wednesday, September 24th at 8 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. All are welcome to attend. If you have any questions, call Myron Brundage, and you can talk with him. His number is up there on the announcement. Grief Share is every Thursday at 1 p.m. And we're not in the education building yet. They're in the Fellowship Hall, and we'll be there for. They're there meeting right now, and they will be there. Actually, next week they will be back in the education building. Lifeline screening Monday, September 29th, in the education building. Please register for an appointment online. The Beatitudes and Brunch is a 10-week Sunday school class that begins September 28th, 10:30 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. Summer office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Parkway Food Ministries, we are always looking for food to help them in their distribution, non-perishables, canned goods, peanut butter, and cereal. They are in the narthex. We take that down to them each week. Fall Kickoff. Fall Kickoff starts October 4th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon in the Fellowship Hall. The choir will gather. They will have some food. They will sing through some music and a preview. And if you are interested in joining the choir, it's a perfect day to check that out. We also want to let you know about the ladies' Bible study. Ruth, Loss, Love, and Legacy, led by Kelly Minter. That is a 7-week study. It begins September 29th at 6 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall. You can sign up in the narthex. You may order your book either through Amazon or Lifeway Christian bookstores. because they're all online as well. They closed almost all of their stores, my understanding. Or you can let us know and we will order one for you, but we're getting to the point where we really need you to order them and let us know if we need to order them. And we have a little invite from Kelly Minter at this time that's going to play on the screen.
We all know that life can be so hard, and as a result, there are so many who live through tremendous loss and tragedy. We can even get to the point where we wonder, is there any hope left at all? This is why I love the book of Ruth, because even though it starts with tremendous loss, we see that God's hand never leaves his people. Hey, my name is Kelly Minter, and I am thrilled to bring you Ruth, Loss, Love, and Legacy. Over the next 7 sessions together, we are going to see God's tremendous heart for the vulnerable, the lost, and the brokenhearted. We're going to see his redemptive hand take brokenness into abundance, and we're going to see how we can leave a divine legacy. I cannot wait to take this journey together with you.
As you can see, that's where you can order it, lifeway.com, Ruth. And I have one more announcement. We don't have a slide for it, but I want to remind you, the building committee, we sent an email out to them, but the building committee will be meeting September 24th at 10 a.m., I almost said 10 at night, sorry, at 10 a.m. with our architect. They will be on site. We'll be meeting in the, probably in the education building. Yes, probably in the education building for that meeting. I want to share with you from 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 8 through 13, and I'm going to focus on just on one or two things in there. 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 8 through 13. But do not ignore this one fact, beloved, that with the Lord 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like 1 day. The Lord is not slow about his promise, as some think of slowness, but is patient with you, not wanting any to perish, but all to come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief, and when the heavens will pass away with a loud noise, and the elements will be dissolved with fire, and the earth and everything that is done on it will be disclosed. Since all these things are to be dissolved in this way, what sort of persons ought you to be in leading lives of holiness and godliness, waiting for and hastening the coming of the day of God, because of which the heavens will be set ablaze and dissolved, and the elements will melt with fire. But in accordance with his promise, we wait for new heavens and a new earth, where righteousness is at home. 2 Peter is telling us about the end of time. And it's talking about time, and in verse 8 it says, it is as the 1 day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as a day. And that is a metric and a phrase that is telling us that to be 1 day with God or 1,000 days, it is just all going to be so wonderful. That's my understanding and my interpretation. That's the historic and Orthodox understanding, is that to spend a day with God would be like spending 1,000 years. It'd be the same. It will be wonderful and glorious and just tremendous. But it also is saying that the world will be judged by the Lord, and that you and I are to be faithful and to demonstrate righteousness because we walk with God. And so we are to be people filled with the Spirit, walking with God, being faithful, and hastening the day of when God returns, because God is patient and is waiting until the fullness of all those who will worship and love him and be saved by him. And so it's important for us to understand that though our lives seem like us to be a long time, which, by the way, the older I get, the more rapidly time seems to be going. And I know many of our older members feel that same way. and that it just, things keep happening faster and faster and faster. And in the time that we live in with all of our technology, and it does seem to do all of that. All of the things that we have that are technology that are supposed to save us time, sometimes making us use a lot of our time. Now, I'm not talking about washing machines and dryers and all that. We love those things. I have every once in a while, I'll have somebody say to me in Bible study or in a meeting or somewhere along the line, they'll say, I just wish I lived in biblical times to see all of that. And I say, well, that would be great and wonderful to see all of that, but I like electricity. And I like a television, and I like a washing machine and a dryer, and all of those kinds of things. But I also know this, that I long, and I hope you long for the day where God puts everything right, and we are in God's presence, where one day is as 1,000, and 1,000 is as a day, where we will experience God's goodness and mercy and God's love in all of its fullness in His presence. Because remember, God loves you, this church loves you, and I love you as your pastor. God bless you. Have a great day. Now, I'm going to tell you, we will have a daily word on Monday. We will have church on Sunday. But on Tuesday, we will not have Bible study, and then we will have a daily word on Thursday. God bless you. Have a great day. We will see you on Sunday morning, either at 7:45 here in person, or in person at the 9:30 service, or at online, and it will be working. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you now.